students, we are going to discuss trigonometric values of different angles. We know trigonometric angles for base angles, the standard angles. Those are 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. Now we are going to discuss the trigonometric angles for 120 degrees, 150 degrees, 180 degrees, 210 degrees. Like many other angles, using our allied angles formulas, we are going to get those all trigonometric angles in this particular table. We are going to prepare now one table. In this table, we are going to discuss this table. Now, this video is on the table of values and some problems we are going to discuss in this particular thing that we will observe. Now, welcome dear students. This sine 0 degrees is, you know that sine 0 is 0. Already we derived these all angles. Cos 0 is 1, tan 0 is 0. Cot 0 is undefined. This is like undefined. Cosecant 0, that is 1 by sine 0, that is also undefined. You can write as undefined. Secant 0 degrees is 1. This table indicates trigonometric table of different angles for 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90, 120, 135, 150, 180, 270, 360, whatnot. For any other different types of angles in terms of 30, 45, 60, 90, we are going to get all those values now in this table format. You see, my dear students. Already you know that sine 90 degrees is 1 by 2 and cos 30 degrees, you know, that is root 3 by 2. Tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3 and cot 30 degrees is root 3 and cosecant 30 degrees. Cosecant 30 degrees is 2 and secant 30 degrees is 2 by root 3. And these are all acute angles which we like in the first quadrant. That's why these all are positive angles you are going to get. Similarly, in the case of 45 degrees, sine 45 degrees is nothing but 1 by root 2. Cos 45 degrees is nothing but 1 by root 2. Tan 45 is sine 45 by cos 45 1 and cot 45 is also 1. Secant 45 degrees is root 2 and cosecant 45 degrees is root 2. This way we are going to get these angles. And also 60 degrees, sine 60 degrees we already derived that is root 3 by 2. Cos 60 degrees is 1 by 2 and tan 60 degrees is root 3 and cot 60 degrees is 1 by root 3 and cosecant 60 degrees is nothing but 2 by root 3, which is reciprocal of sine 60 degrees. Secant 60 degrees is 2 you are going to have. Like that, when we even derive the trigonometric angles for this 90 degrees also, sine 90 degrees is 1, cos 90 degrees becomes 0, tan 90 degrees become undefined, cot 90 degrees that become 1 by tan 90 degrees, 1 by infinity that becomes 0, and cosecant 90 degrees is 1 by sine 90 degrees that become 1 you are having, and secant 90 degrees is okay. Secant 90 degrees is nothing but 1 by 0 that become undefined. Like that, we are going to get the angles for this, right? Now, this 120 degrees angle, how we are going to get this 120 degrees angle means this 120 you can write it as 90 plus 30, sine 90 plus 30 that become sine 90 degrees plus 30. This you can see, my dear students, how you are going to write that as sine 90 degrees plus 30 degrees. You can write this. And you know that sine 90 degrees plus theta formula. This sine 90 degrees plus theta become, right, cos 30 degrees. And cos 30 degrees value you know already like this. Therefore, cos 30 degrees is root 3 by 2. Therefore, sine 120 degrees you are going to get this as root 3 by 2. Okay? How we have what? Sine 90 plus 30 that become cos 30 that become root 3 by 2. The same way, cos 90 degrees plus 30, cos 90 degrees plus 30, how we are going to get it? Cos 90 plus 30 become minus sine 30 degrees. This minus sine 30 degrees become minus 1 by 2. Therefore, cos 120 become minus 1 by 2. And 120 is lying in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, cos become negative. That's why cos 120 degrees is minus 1 by 2. And tan 120 degrees, that becomes sin theta by cos theta, that we will get root 3 by 2 by minus 1 by 2, that we are going to get as minus root 3. Now cot 120 degrees, cot 120 degrees is cos 1 by tan, that becomes you are going to get minus 1 by root 3, because this 120 degrees lying in the second quadrant. The second quadrant, you know that only sine is positive, this cos is negative, tan is negative, and the cot is negative. And cosecant 120 degrees, my dear students, here that becomes 1 by sine 120. 1 by sine 120, this becomes 2 by root 3, you are going to get like this. And secant 120 degrees is nothing but minus 2. Therefore, 120 degrees is in the second quadrant. That's why sine is positive and cosecant is positive. Cosecant 120 degrees. Remaining all angles, we got them as negative. The same way, we can get the angles for 135 degrees, my dear students. How we are going to get this 135 degrees? Please observe. How this, for example, sine 135 degrees you are having. This sine 135 degrees, you can write it as sine 90 degrees plus 45 degrees, you can say that afterwards. This becomes here also sine 90 plus 45 degrees, right? Sine 90 plus 45 degrees. This is in second quadrant. This we can write it as cos 45 degrees. This becomes 1 by root 2. Therefore, this value becomes 1 by root 2, and it is in the second quadrant. Sine becomes positive. This is 1 by root 2, and cos 135 degrees. Cos 135 degrees also we can write it as cos 90 plus 45 minus sin 45. Therefore, this is minus 1 by root 2. Now, tan 135 becomes sin 135 by cos 135. Therefore, this becomes minus 1. Similarly, cot 135 degrees also will be minus 1 because 1 by tan. And the cosecant 135 degrees become root 2 because that is 1 by sin 135 degrees. Secant 135 degrees become minus root 2. In this way, very nicely, we are getting the formulas for 135 degrees. The same way, we are going to get, my dear students, the formulas for 150 degrees. How we are going to get the formulas for 150 degrees? You please observe how sin 150 degrees also you can write it as sin 90 degrees plus 60 degrees. This means this is cos 60 degrees. Cos 60 degrees become 1 by 2 like this. Cos 60 degrees become 1 by 2, and this lies in the second quadrant. That's why its value become 1 by 2. Right? Now, in the same way, cos 150 degrees. This cos 150 degrees we can write it as cos 90 degrees plus 60 degrees, and this becomes minus sin 60 degrees. Minus sin 60 degrees is minus root 3 by 2. This is now minus root 3 by 2 you are going to get. Now, 150 degrees. Tan 150 degrees become minus 1 by root 3 because 1 by 2 by minus root 3 by 2, the 2 and 2 will cancel and it becomes minus 1 by root 3. Now, cot 150 degrees is minus root 3, which is the reciprocal of tan. And the cosecant 150 degrees is nothing but 2, and which is positive because it is in the second quadrant. And secant 150 degrees, secant 150 degrees is nothing but minus 2 by root 3, minus 2 by root 3 we are going to get. Okay, this is what minus 2 by root 3 we are going to get like this. Now, the same way we are going to get the angles for sin 180 degrees. Sin 180 degrees, you can know that this we can write it as 180 degrees as sin 90 degrees plus 90, like this we can write afterwards. And this becomes cos 90 degrees, and this value becomes 0. Therefore, sin 180 degrees become 0 you are having. And cos 180 degrees, you can write as cos 180 degrees as cos 90 degrees plus 90 degrees, and cos 90 degrees plus 90 degrees. This is equal to minus sin 90 degrees, and this is now minus 1. Therefore, cos 180 degrees is minus 1 we have. Now, tan 180 degrees is sin 180 by cos 180. 0 by minus 1, that becomes 0. And cot 180 degrees is nothing but 1 by 0 that become undefined we are getting, and cosecant 180 degrees also 1 by 0 that become undefined, and secant 180 degrees is 1 by minus 1 that become minus 1. In this way we will get the angles for this 180 degrees. The same way, dear students, we are going to get the angles for 270 degrees. How we are going to get this sine 270 degrees. The sine 270 degrees we can write it as sine. Okay, yeah, 180 plus 90 degrees. We can write as 180 plus 90 degrees. Sine 180 degrees plus theta. This sine 180 degrees plus theta is nothing but minus sine 90 degrees, minus sine theta, that is minus sine 90 degrees, that is minus 1. And this is what we have of minus 1. Now, in the same way, cos 270 degrees, you can get the angle as cos 180 degrees plus 90 degrees. That means cos 180 plus 90 is minus sine, right? This is nothing but minus cos 90, minus cos 90 degrees. This is 0. You are going to get it as 0. Now, tan 270 degrees as sin 270 degrees by cos 270 degrees, that is minus 1 by 0 that become 0. Any finite number by 0. Okay, yeah. This is now tan 270 degrees that become undefined. Minus 1 by 0 that will be nearer to minus 50, and this is undefined. Cot 270 degrees, you are going to get a 1 by infinity that becomes 0. How it becomes means cos by sine 0 by minus 1 that becomes 0. Cosecant 270 degrees 1 by minus 1 that becomes minus 1. Secant 270 degrees become 1 by 0 that become not defined. Like that, we are going to get the angles for 270 degrees. Now, degrees as 1. Now, fine. Now you see, my dear students, how we are going to have our the remaining angle. Now, in that way, tan 360 degrees is now 0 by 1. That becomes 0. Sin 360 degrees by cos 360 degrees. Now, cot 360 degrees is 1 by 0 because 1 by 360 degrees that become undefined. And the cosecant 360 degrees become 1 by sin 360 degrees, that is 1 by 0 that become undefined, right? And the secant 360 degrees is 1 by cos 360 degrees that become 1. In this way, we have got, my dear students, different values for different trigonometric ratios for different angles. This is a kind of table which will be helpful to you when tackling winning problems. Now we are going to do different kinds of problems based on this trigonometric allied angles values, and we will do some different kinds of problems that now you please observe. Now let us see this beautiful problem on this what we have discussed, my dear students. Here, find all other trigonometric values. If cos x is equal to minus 12 by 13, where x belongs to quadrant 3. X belongs to quadrant 3. How we will do this particular problem? You see, my dear students, we will take the trigonometric ratios are defined in a right angle triangle. That's why we have taken here the angle is given as x. That's why we take it as x. Cos x is equal to 12 by 13. Cos x is adjacent side by hypotenuse. And you know by Pythagoras theorem, this is nothing but 5. 12 square plus 5 square only will give you 13 square. Therefore, from this we have what like this, my dear friends. This is now we take it as A, B, C like this. Now we need to find all all other trigonometric ratios when x belongs to quadrant 3, right? It belongs to quadrant 3. In quadrant 3, you know that which are positive, tan theta and cot theta become positive. Now let us get sin x here. Sin x is equal to, we are going to have opposite side by hypotenuse. That becomes 5 by 13. Next, you know that cos x already they given. That is nothing but 1 by 13. Now we are going to get whether it is positive or negative, everything we will get now. This is now tan x. Tan x is nothing but 5 by 12. And the cot x is nothing but 12 by 5. And the cosecant x is, now first let us get cosecant x equal to hypotenuse 5. Okay, 5. And the secant x, you know, secant x, it is now hypotenuse 5 adjacent side. Now, my dear students, they given that x is in third quadrant. That's why in third quadrant, tan theta is positive. That's why tan x you take it as positive. Cot x you take it as positive. And remaining, it is all like cos x is negative. That's why they given cos x as minus 12 by 13. And sin x also in third quadrant it is negative. That's why minus 5 by 13. Cos x is minus 12 by 13. Tan x become positive. Cot x become plus 1 by 5. Cosecant x become negative minus 13 by 5. Secant x become minus 13 by 12. Like this, beautifully we can get this solution of this particular problem. Sin x, my dear students, we know that they given here 12 by 13 means adjacent side is 12. Hypotenuse is 13 by Pythagoras theorem. We know that okay, AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. From that, we know that is 13 square is equal to 12 square plus BC square. From that, we have got BC equal to square root of 13 square minus 12 square, that is nothing but 5. From this, we got sin x as 5 by 13, opposite side by hypotenuse. And in third quadrant, sin x become negative, that's why negative c. Cos x is 12 by 13, adjacent side by hypotenuse. That's why it is negative sign because in third quadrant they are having. Tan x becomes 5 by 12 because in the third quadrant it becomes positive. And the cot x also positive. So secant x is reciprocal of sin x and secant x is reciprocal of cos x. In this way, this problem can be answered in a very easy and beautiful way. Okay. Now we do certain other problems. Now let us discuss, dear students, this beautiful problem. Prove that square root of 1 minus sin x by 1 plus sin x. This is what square root of we are having here. Square root of 1 minus sin x by 1 plus sin x is equal to secant x minus tan x. If minus pi by 2 less than x less than pi by 2, that means minus 90 degrees to 90 degrees. That means it is in fourth quadrant. And minus secant x plus tan x, if it lies pi by 2 less than x less than 3 pi by 2, that means 90 degrees to 270 degrees. 90 degrees to 270 degrees means it lies in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. How we are going to get this beautiful problem? Let us observe this. We are having square root of, this is now 1 minus sin x. 1 minus sin x by 1 plus sin x. This what we will do is we multiply and divide by this. You see, my dear students, square root of 1 minus sin x by 1 plus sin x we are having. What we do is we multiply and divide by 1 minus sin x. We multiply and divide by 1 minus sin x. If we do this, what we are going to get is equal to now square root of 1 minus sin x whole square divided by, this is 1 plus sin x into 1 minus sin x, that become 1 minus sin square x, that become cos square x. And this we can write it as this. We can write it as square root of 1 minus sin x whole square. You are having here that you can write it as 1 minus sin x divided by modulus of cos x. You can write. Because you know that in mathematics, root over x square become mod x. You know, root over x square. This you know that root over x square become mod x. Using that concept we are getting it. Now you see, my dear students, this is now 1 minus sin x by modulus of cos x we are having here. When x belongs to, suppose in fourth quadrant, when x belongs to fourth quadrant, then what we are going to get? This becomes, my dear students, we are going to have 1 minus sin x by cos x. This becomes 1 minus sin x by cos x. 1 minus sin x by cos x when x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That means when x belongs to q4 comma q1 like this. In fourth quadrant, modulus of cos x become positive, and also in first quadrant it become positive. That's why we have got this. And when x belongs to this type of, when pi by 2 less than x less than pi by 3 pi by 2, we have this. This is now 1 minus cos x by minus cos x. Okay. Therefore, within these angles, okay, we are going to get now within these angles, we are going to get now our problem is going to be this is equal to 1 by cos x. 1 by cos x become secant x minus sin x by cos x become tan x. When x, okay, lies between from the given values minus pi by 2 less than x less than pi by 2, and this become minus secant 1 by minus cos x. This become minus secant x. This become minus secant x, and minus cos x by you are having here. This is now what 1 minus sin x. 1 minus sin x. This become plus tan x when it lies between, okay, pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. This is the way how this beautiful problem will be solved. My dear students, let us recall this problem once again. How we are going to do is when x lies in this interval and x lies in this interval, we need to prove this as this. What we did is we multiplied and divided by 1 minus sin x, and we have what 1 minus sin x by mod cos x. In mathematics, we know that root over x square become mod x. And you see dear student, this become 1 minus sin x by mod cos x, and this is 1 minus sin x by cos x when x belongs to q1 and q4, and 1 minus sin x by minus cos x when x belongs to second quadrant and third quadrant. And you know, in fourth quadrant, modulus cos x become cos x. So now this become 1 by cos x, that becomes secant x, minus secant x by tan x become minus sin x by cos x become minus tan x. When x lies in minus 90 to 90 degrees, you are having. When x lies in 90 degrees to 270 degrees, this become 1 by minus cos x become minus secant x, minus sin x by minus cos x become plus tan x. This is the way how we will prove this problem. In the next video, my dear students, we will come up with different concepts in the trigonometry and different kinds of problems and interesting problems we are going to discuss. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Now, welcome dear students. In this class, we are going to discuss this particular problem. What is that? Is prove that tan 225 degrees into cot 405 degrees plus tan 765 degrees into cot 675 degrees value become 0. This is what we require to prove. How we are going to prove this particular problem? You please observe how we will be doing and tackling this problem. Now, you see, my dear students, this particular problem we have now. Let us compute these values separately. Now, this is now tan 225 degrees, the first trigonometric value you are having. Let us do these all values separately and substitute in this, and we simplify further. Then we will get the problem very easily. Now, this becomes tan 225 degrees. You can write it as 180 degrees plus 45 degrees. This you can write as tan 180 plus 45 degrees, tan 180 degrees plus theta. This tan 180 degrees plus theta in the third quadrant, this becomes tan theta. That means tan 45 degrees you are doing. Tan 45 degrees value become 1. You are having like this. This value will have what it as 1. The same way, cot 405 degrees, let us get this value. Cot 405 degrees, you can write this cot 405 degrees as 360 degrees plus 45 degrees, you can write like this. cot 360 plus theta become cot theta. That means cot 45 degrees. Cot 45 degrees also 1. We are having that as 1. Now let us simplify tan 765 degrees. How we will get tan 765 degrees? This, my dear students, this we can write as tan of 2 into 360 degrees. 2 into 360 degrees is 720 degrees plus 45 degrees. And you know that n into 360 degrees plus theta. Tan n into 360 degrees plus theta become tan theta. Therefore, this you are going to get as tan 45 degrees. This value become 1. And we have got this value as 1. Now, we are going to get the value of cot 675 degrees. This cot 675 degrees. This we can write as cot 360 degrees, right? This 675 degrees we can write as cot 2 into 360 minus 45. Cot 2 into 360 degrees minus 45 degrees we can write that. This is 720 minus 45 degrees will give you this much angle. Now this is n into 360 degrees minus theta will give you cot of minus theta, because this is in fourth quadrant. This is cot of minus 45 degrees and this is minus cot 45 degrees, and this becomes minus 1. Therefore, now let us substitute this the left hand side portion. What we are having this cot tan 225 degrees value is 1. 1 into cot 405 degrees is 1 plus tan 765 degrees is become what? 1, and cot 675 degrees become minus 1. Therefore, this is 1 minus 1. The value become 0, and we proved the right hand side part. We have taken the left hand side part and we got the right hand side part. This way we can prove this particular problem, my dear students. Please observe. Like that, in this video we are going to do different kinds of problems. Please observe. Now, my dear students, the second problem, if tan A is equal to minus root 3, find all possible values of A between 0 degrees to 360 degrees. Now, from 0 degrees to 360 degrees, what are the angles will give you tan A as minus root 3? That is what precisely this problem. How we will tackle this particular problem is basically the acute angle. If the acute angle of tan A equal to minus root 3 means A, you are going to have first, you are going to take this as something like alpha is equal to some 60 degrees as the acute angle. It will give you tan alpha, tan 60 degrees will give you root 3 basically. This information will help us, and tan A is given as negative angle means that means A mainly belongs to either quadrant 2 or quadrant 4 like this. A belongs to quadrant 2 or quadrant 4. That means, okay, quadrant 2 means 90 degrees to 190 degrees or 270 degrees to 360 degrees. Once we are having this as like this, the angles, if we observe 180 degrees minus 60 degrees, and okay, tan of 180 degrees minus 60 degrees, this becomes what? Tan, okay, minus tan 60 degrees, and this will give you minus root 3. Therefore, here from this we can say that A equal to 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. That means 120 degrees. We are having here like this. One angle 120 degrees. Therefore, tan 120 degrees will give you minus root 3. And similarly, if you take tan of 360 degrees minus 60 degrees, fourth quadrant of this. This is also minus tan 60 degrees. Right? This is also minus tan 60 degrees. This becomes minus root 3. That implies A is equal to 360 degrees minus 60 degrees. That is equal to 300 degrees. Therefore, my dear students, now what? Tan 120 degrees and tan 300 degrees. Tan 300 degrees. This will give you the value minus root 3. Therefore, the angles A is equal to, you are going to get 120 degrees or 300 degrees. Like this, this beautiful problem can be understood. These are very important on competitive point of view. Let let us observe some other problems of this kind in this particular video. Now, dear students, this very important problem, when theta is equal to minus 1000 degrees, determine the sine of sine theta minus cos theta. How we are going to proceed this type of problems, and these type of problems are important for competitive point of view. Now let us take this problem, my dear students. How we are going to do is, we are having here sine theta minus cos theta means sine of minus 1000 degrees minus cos of minus 1000 degrees, right? This particular problem, sine of minus theta become minus sine theta. We are going to get this is minus sine 1000 degrees, and the cos of minus theta become cos theta. Therefore, it become minus cos theta. We have what now? Minus sine 1000 degrees minus, okay, this theta. Here, this theta is what? 1000 degrees. We are having it as 1000 degrees. Now let us find this how much sine 1000 degrees and cos 1000 degrees. We will get the problem. Now let us try to compute the value of sine 1000 degrees. You see, sine 1000 degrees we can get it as 3 into 360. This is, we can write it as 3 into 360 degrees minus 80 degrees we can write. This is actually 1080 degrees minus 80 degrees, my dear students. Therefore, this is now, it is in the fourth quadrant, that's why we are going to get minus sine 80 degrees. This is now minus sine 80 degrees, right? Now, this is minus sine 80 degrees, we are having sine 1000 degrees is equal to this. Similarly, cos 1000 degrees, if you get cos 1000 degrees, right? This is also cos 3 into 360 degrees minus 80 degrees, we can do this. This means n into 360 degrees minus theta, this rise in fourth quadrant, my dear students, and in fourth quadrant this become positive, you know it. Therefore, this become now cos 80 degrees. What happened? Now let us try to get even these values here. Okay, what we have now? This is now minus sine 1000 degrees, minus sine 1000 degrees. What happened here? Minus cos 1000 degrees, minus cos 1000 degrees. This is minus sine 1000 degrees become minus of sine 80 degrees. Minus of sine 80 degrees minus cos 1000 become cos 80 degrees. This you are having like this. Now minus of minus, this becomes sine 80 degrees. Sine 80 degrees minus cos 80 degrees. Now this problem reduces to sine 80 degrees minus cos 80 degrees. Let us try and convert that into less than 45 degrees. This sine 80 degrees, let us write it as 90 degrees minus 10 degrees minus cos 80 degrees, we write it as 90 degrees minus 10 degrees. Once we write like this, my dear students, this becomes sine 90 minus theta becomes cos theta, that is now cos 10 degrees minus sine 10 degrees you are going to have. Cos 10 minus sine 10 from 0 to 45 degrees. You know that cos angles are more values. Cos theta will be greater than sin theta when theta from 0 degrees to 45 degrees. That means, you see, my dear students, you know that cos theta is greater than sin theta when theta is from 0 degrees to 45 degrees. Therefore, using this concept, what we can say is nothing but now cos 10 degrees minus sin 10 degrees value become positive. Therefore, the sign of this is nothing but that implies this become positive. In this way, we can do this particular problem. It's a very important problem, my dear students. Please observe how we did this particular problem. Now, once again, another problem. The fourth problem. If ABCD are the angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, prove that cos A plus cos B plus cos C plus cos D equal to 0. You know, my dear students, cyclic quadrilateral means you know that whenever you are having a quadrilateral is inscribed within a circle, we call it as a cyclic quadrilateral. That means A, B, C, D. You know it, of course. This is a cyclic quadrilateral, and you know that opposite angle sum will become 180 degrees. You know, in a cyclic quadrilateral, A plus B is equal to, okay, here A plus C. You are going to have A plus C, opposite angle A plus C is equal to B plus D is equal to 180 degrees. We are going to have. Therefore, from this we can say that, my dear student, C angle is equal to 180 degrees minus A, we can say, and D is equal to 180 degrees minus B, we can say like this. Therefore, now you take the left hand side part. You are having here cos A plus cos B, right? Cos A plus cos B plus cos C plus cos D. We are having like this. Now let us write this as cos A plus cos B plus cos C. Cos C we can write as cos 180 degrees minus A. Cos B we can write it as cos 180 degrees minus B. Right? Because we know the opposite angles sum is now 180 degrees. That's why we are writing like this. Now you know that this is now cos A plus cos B. And cos 180 minus theta, it is in second quadrant, therefore this become now minus cos A and this become minus cos B. Minus cos B plus cos B minus cos A plus cos A, and this becomes 0. In this way we can prove this particular problem. My dear students, please observe, this is a very, very important problem. Once they are the angles of the cyclic quadrilateral, how we have got cos A plus cos B plus cos C plus cos D is equal to 0. This thing we can take as a result also in trigonometry or in geometry. If ABCD are the angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, we can have cos A plus cos B plus cos C plus cos D equal to 0. Right? Now, dear students, another important problem is we are having here. We need to prove that in any quadrilateral ABCD, sin A plus B plus sin C plus D equal to 0, and another one cos A plus B is equal to cos C plus D. And you know, my dear students, if you take any quadrilateral, you know that if this is a quadrilateral ABCD, you know that sum of all the four angles A plus B plus C plus D, their angles, this is equal to 360 degrees. You know that this sum of all the four angles is equal to 360 degrees. From that, you can say that A plus B is equal to 360 degrees minus C plus D, you can say. Right? Now, using this concept, now let us try the first problem. We are having here sin of A plus B plus sin of C plus D. We are having like this. Now, my dear students, we substitute in the place of A plus B. Now, 360 minus C plus D, if you substitute 360 degrees minus of C plus D, you substitute, then we will get this sin of C plus D like this. Now, this becomes sin 360 degrees minus theta. It is in the fourth quadrant, and you are going to get this is now minus sin of C plus D and plus sin of C plus D. And this becomes now cancels and it becomes 0. That means this we have got first result. You have taken the left hand side here and then you got the right hand side part. Now, in the same way, the second problem, how we are going to do is to take now the left hand side. That is what now cos of A plus B, and we need to prove as cos of C plus D. How we are going to prove this as cos of A plus B. A plus B is nothing but 360 degrees minus C plus D. You are having like this. Now, cos 360 minus theta is cos theta, since it lies in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cos becomes positive. Therefore, this you are having it as cos of C plus D. That is what you require to prove. That is what the right hand side part. This way, some different kinds of problems, my dear students, we can prove and we observe in this video. Thank you for watching this video.